it is going to be the volts to get us going with Marta Barrera. Oh, lovely diagonal there from Barrera. Just gone a wee bit longer from Rufo, 15-all. Fede just gets a little touch there on the way through. Lucia Sainz got that position, knew what was going to happen, but didn't control it. Only 19 years old, Marta Barrera. But that's sticking with the Houston Volt ethos of trying to promote young players. Well, the example of that was Claudia Jensen, who was with them. First smash of the match there from Verseda. We said that we quite fancied her to do the big hitting in this match, and there's the first indication. First game, first golden point. Rather disappointing, your orange light doesn't flash across the sky. Verseda to receive. Disappointing way to lose the game there, Lorena. Rufo puts that into the net. So the first game goes to Lucia Sainz and Verseda. Just so you know, by the way, the Stingrays, based out of the Paquito Padel Center in San Diego, which is based in the Barnes Tennis Center. Okay, Lucia Sainz looking to consolidate that opening service break. Covers well there, Lorena Rufo twice. by Barrera a couple of times there. Once again looks to be aggressive, but maybe just a little bit close in there. Puts a block into the net. 15 love. Nice little there from Rufo, is forcing Vero and Lucia Sainz deep. And again. See it. As Vero just ups the ante again. 30 love. Nicely angled there, Lorena Rufo, reading that perfectly. Once again, it's the previous shot really which sets it up, when she just turns her body and makes it difficult for Lucia Sainz. Don't get there. She says, I can't get that. I say that covers. Well, he didn't have the legs to go out, the smash there from Lorena Rufo, but it went really close to the side of the court, and Verseda couldn't get a racket round it. Going long, it does indeed. 40-30. Good love once again. Wolf. Back down the middle there for Lucia Sainz. Just stretching as she went backwards there, Lorena Rufo. 2 games to love. Good start for the Stingrays. Putting the pressure on there, well played. 15 love. 21 years old, Lorena Rufo, 22 in August. Went a bit long. Does well to recover there. Barrera after that flick the net. Just on the wrong side at the moment, Sainz and Verseda. Forced to defend deep. And take the option there to go back to their natural sides. Still in. Backhand there from Vero, but then she puts her volley into the net. 30 love. She's just put it wide. 30-15. So again, good lob. You can see them saying, no, they're not coming forward now. Vero Lucia, 30 all. It's again really difficult that to dig out. Really well controlled backhand volley there from Vero Verseda. Block. 30-40, so 2 more break points as that just went long. Oof. Those that land right on the edge are so difficult to spot. And 3 love. Let's get another little mistake there from Barrera. 3 love for Sainz and Verseda. 2 breaks to the good. Fine to see that Ari Sanchez is also working in almost in a coaching role there, having a little word with Vero. So far, experience is getting the better hand of youth. A young man on window cleaning duty. Any little grease stains on there which might just affect the bounce of the ball. Diego Pezzoni is the coach for, sorry, that's for the Houston, he's the Houston coach. Okay, Vero Verseda to serve. 13 minutes in.
Veronica Verseda
at the moment for Lucia Sainz and Veronica Verseda over Lorena Rufo and Marta Barrera. Well played. Dueling it out at the net. Love 15. That's not though, that's gone long. Love 30.
Love 30.
Giving themselves a chance to get one of the breaks back here. Whoa, touch of luck, but we covered at the moment. Not going to recover from that though. Love 40.
Love 40.
Well, this didn't look to be on the cards a couple of minutes ago, did it? Nicely set up for Lorena Rufo, who made no mistake. And well played Lorena Rufo, just bunts that one over. So, broken to love. Still 3-1 to the Stingrays. Dipping Sainz. Staying very deep, as you see a Sainz there to Verseda. Change of angle rather than the lob. Just rules. Rufo was a little bit frustrated with that. Love 15. Into the net, second serve. Played Lorena.
15 all.
15 all. Good lob. Looking to claim the net, but excellent lob back from Rufo. Enough. And well played Lorena Rufo, pulling that from somewhere where Sainz couldn't really control it, so 30-15. Once again, turning into an interesting tactical battle, this match. Controlled lob there. And blocked down the middle there by Barrera, 40-15. Get that one back either, so well played. Rufo and Barrera taking 2 consecutive games.
3 games to 2.
3 games to 2 still for Sainz and Verseda, but only 1 break to the good now. A really good response. There were 3 love down. Looked as if it was going to be 4-love, but we're breaking to love to make it 3-1, and then holding serve. Very much game on in this first match between the tie between Houston Volts and the San Diego Stingrays. A good logo that for the Stingrays. I'm very impressed by that one.
Time.
Lucia Sainz to serve. 15-love.
15-love.
Once again, that effect just killing the ball in the corner. Second serve.
Very love.
And a bit more aggressive there, 30-love. Well played again, Lucia Sainz, 40-love. Just what they needed after dropping the last 2 games.
Game, San Diego Stingrays.
That went long from Lorena Rufo. So served up to love 4-2 to the Stingrays in this opening set. Just a break to the good Lorena Rufo to serve. My word, off the back. Some height on that, dear Lucia Sainz. Keeps it alive now. She looks to attack the net. Great lob from Rufo. Trusts in the bounce there, Vero. Well worked. In the end, it was just persistence there from Lucia Sainz that wins that point. Love 15. Chips the net, but gives her time to recover. And well played, the backhand from Lucia Sainz as Rufo stretching love 30.
Love 40.
Love 40, so I think I'm on the point of getting that break back and going 5-2 ahead. This was again deep.
Game San Diego
Out it
Stingrays.
goes 5-2. Verseda will
Second.
be serving for the first set when we come back. It's 25 minutes gone. A little bit surprised by that. I expected this to be a wee bit closer, but just 2 out of 3 games broken to love, which is very strange.
Con más ganas, ¿no? Con más buscando. Hemos ganado 2 o 3 choques, que los otros juegos hemos perdido, ¿no? Y luego lo has tirado muy bien y muy fuerte por el medio, por el revés. Una ha hecho así, otra la ha tirado para arriba, o sea, se las han comido 2 o 3 veces, ¿vale? Yo muchísimo peso en esa pelota, ¿vale?
Puras de mujeres me quedan.
Just the experience here between Sainz and Vero seems to be showing, doesn't it?
Un poquito, ¿no? Porque
We've already given Eric and I, just taking a very quick break, by the way, have given written instructions to the cameraman that in no way are they to do that to us.
Time.
Okay, you're meant to show the badge of your club, not the maker of your shirt, even though it is the same maker, Adidas, of this rather wonderful court here in the Wayfair Arena. There is another event taking place in Miami here at the moment, but I can't quite remember what it is. Okay, Verseda serving for the first set. Well done, but very, very clever from Lucia Sainz. Again, well played, Vero. 30 love. I think 15 miss hitting that one. Here, Lucia and Vero talking as well all the time. Well played indeed. Marta Barrera. Clatters into the glass there, Vero. Just need to get a little bit of control of the play here. And once again, Barrera. Rufo working out good understanding there. 30-40, so 2 break points. Serve not dominant in this match at all. masterly. She dealt with it well. Great lob right into the corner. Couldn't do anything really with the return, Lucia Sainz. Got it back in, but left it short. And once again, another break of serve. So that's 3 breaks in the last 4 games. Can't close out the set. Marta Barrera. Chance to take this to 4-5. Still a break down. So far, Ricky, or anyone who's tuning in, first set with lots of alternatives. We've had 5 service breaks so far, not dominant at all. Still a break to the good though, Lucia Sainz and Verseda.
You can definitely see in those ground shots. Lucia started racket days playing tennis.
High, but not quite high enough to hit the roof.
Great cover.
But just too much on it.
All came about because Veronica was trying to get involved on the point, took a step into the centre. In the end, had Lucia scrambling across to cover on the other side of the court. And at that moment, they're both out of position.
Low serve angled into the corner there. And really well played there by Lorena Rufo. Aggressive they were into the net really quickly.
Yeah, and down and over. No way back from there. And a chance for a 5-4. And we've seen so many breaks that you can't rule out a break in the next service game, Paul.
Absolutely no. Well played. 5-4.
Wonder how Lucia, who's the veteran here on court, will fare. You know, the longer the game is, you know, you draw those points out. Of course, physically, she's in great shape, great shape. Don't get me wrong, but not in that kind of physical shape as her opponents. And they're wearing her down. There are quite a few long points. And the longer the game goes on, I would favour Houston Volts.
Well, we'll have to see. At the moment, to be fair, it's not been a really long set. It's only just past half an hour. So, you know, quite often, you know, we've seen Lucia play sets, haven't we, that have lasted an hour.
Yes. I was nodding. But of course, those at home couldn't hear. Yes.
So, quite strange because it's been tactical. But there's been just some wild swings in scores. It's been very strange. We've had a couple of breaks to love.
But you get this at the PPL. It can be so unpredictable. You get more breaks. The momentum switches back and forth.
And yeah, at the moment, Lucia will serve for the set. Can they close it out?
When you've been playing tennis, or you've come from tennis and starting in paddle, I think the toughest of all the shots to master and to understand is the bandeja.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. This is why you never give up on a point. Vero went outside of the court, lobbed it back in, and you think, even so, it's still meat and drink, but she just got it back far enough,
and then
deep enough in the court.
Reads the game so well. And a delicate passing shot, cross court.
Ah, lovely.
Yeah, that little clip off the fence, deceiving. Stingrays. I've actually seen that tracksuit top up close.
Good, isn't it?
It is beautiful. From here, it looks bluish. It's actually got a hint of purple. Very good. Sorry, on Maxi, the captain.
This is when they needed to just get a grip on the serve.
There, that was one of those ones where both players get in each other's way, and in the end, you kind of worry that you're going to take your opponent, the head off. The person standing to your side, you kind of pull out and heartily hit that volley, and that's what happened. It went long.
I thought that went long as well by the looks of it, but good job I'm not I'm an umpire.
It's quite a tough job being umpire.
To be fair, they don't tend to have to do as much, and there
Delicate.
it is. Clever from Lucia Sainz.
Really good fake smash.
First set to the Stingrays. They have stung first. 6-4.
I want to start writing these down.
Ah, yeah, go on, you'll get a...
Did you say this game would be fully charged or something, or highly charged? Electrifying.
Anyhow, 37 minutes for the opening set, which for 6-4 is reasonably quick, isn't it?
And so many breaks. Houston Volks, Stingrays. If you're just tuning in, we're here from Miami Pro Padel League, the opening event of 2025. Now, we had earlier today New York Atlantics against LA Beat. Augustin and Ari Sanchez defeating Julia Polo and Barrera Ceras in straight sets. Great to see Barrera back playing again after that lengthy time spent on the sidelines. And Julia and Barrera ended that game playing very well. Hopefully they can carry that form into their next game here at the tournament. As for the men's doubles, Campa and John Santh defeating Lijo and Cepero. Again though, Lijo and Cepero very good in that second set, went to a tiebreak. Now following this women's game, of course, will be the turn of the men's, and then there's another session. It's a double session here on day 2 of the competition. Flow Rider Goats, who are the defending champions. They won the title last year at the Cities Cup, beating local rivals. It was a Florida derby. They beat Miami 2-1 in the final. They take on Arkansas Matrix. Gemma Triay, Delfi Brea will take on Araceli Martinez and Patti Yaguno, followed by Cardona, Ausberger, Arroyo and Rubio. But we're here watching the women's doubles opening set to Lucia Sainz and Veronica Verseda. 6-4. Rufo and Barrera played well. Quite a few breaks in that opening set. Let's see what happens here in this second set. Stingrays lead 6-4 from that first set. Sainz races forward and a put away. Love 15. Verseda with a great backhand. Scoop back into play brilliantly also. And Sainz sends that volley crashing into the net. Just out. That first serve from Martita Barrera. Both players darting forward, but forced back was a good lob over Verseda. Trying to take the net. Sainz and Verseda. Doing well, Rufo and Barrera. Sends over the high lob, but not deep enough. And a good shot again from the experienced Sainz. Great strike. Prepared nice and early, side on, good follow through. Met the ball nice and high too. 30 all. Opening game of the second set here at the Wayfair Arena in Miami. That was a shout that Beto had stepped forward. The communication so important at every stage of the point. You can hear the players non-stop. So it gets forward. Good covering there. Very small side looking to dart into the center. And in the end, an unforced error. Forehand volley sailing into the foot of the net. And in the opening game of the second set, Martita Barrera and Rufo facing not one but two break points. Sainz and Beto staying back but hovering on that service line. They get the opportunity, they're a race towards the net. Nice lob to send Rufo deep. They've got to try and get them back. Darts forward, Barrera. Huge point. And they manage to take the point. So we have a golden point at the start of this second set. And it will be Sainz to receive. If you're wondering who decides, normally it's the more veteran player, the more experienced player. But sometimes the player who's just won the previous point takes the serve. So the serve will be to Sainz. That was a tough volley there. By Beto down at her feet. They did extremely well. And now they're there at the net. Can they take full advantage? Sainz goes for the middle. Sainz goes for the big hit. And perhaps Rufo could have allowed it to hit the back glass. Barrera had darted forward just in case. But in the end, Sainz and Veronica Verseda take the opening game. There's a break at the start of the second set here. Sainz and Veronica Verseda lead 6-4, 1-love. And those are the stats from the opening set. Break points converted, that's a key stat, 100% Rufo and Barrera. Just didn't have enough break points, 75% Sainz and Verseda. Points won, 54%. The Stingrays. Also important, points won on your serve. It's the 1 point you can kind of dictate serving. Players back out now for game 2 of this second set. Now following this game, women's doubles here, Houston Volts, San Diego Stingrays. It will be the turn of the men's. Ivanchi Ramirez and Alberto Trabanco will take on Jairo Bautista and Alex Chozas. Second serve. Good call there from Bedo to Lucia Sainz. Sometimes if you're kind of approaching the net, serve and volley, you need your partner just to help you out with the return. Is it going long? Is it not going long? If you're in doubt, it's always best to take that volley on if you're in a good position. Because if it drops in, you're tracking back, and then what could have been a shot on offense turns into a shot on defense. And that was really unlucky for Sainz and Verseda. Just hit that joint. You can see there's the glass wall, which is 3 meters high. Then you have that additional fence, which is 1 meter high at the back, or that joining area, or just clipping that, and always a gamble. Never quite sure where it's going to land. Good serve with the Sainz. Looking for the shot down the line. Rufo, well covered by Bedo. Oh, that was powerful. A bajada there. That's one of her strengths, or one of her many strengths. Lucia Sainz. You can just see there the racket, the follow through, and the finish over the opposite shoulder. Also the body weight, how that weight moves from the back foot to the front foot at the point of contact with the ball. Into the net, Barrera. Well, they broke in the opening game, Sainz and Verseda, and here's Sainz serving for a 2-0 lead in the second set. Tracking back, Bedo has to react quickly. Sainz, great angle on that cross court, scurries across the cover. Bedo, approach volley, deft shot. That was really good, really good. Had to stretch low down to a left. Lucia Sainz, difficult to dig out. Still a chance for 2-love, of course. Rufo and Barrera have other ideas. They need to win the next 2 points. So break back at the start of this second set. Having lost the first set, the pressure's definitely on. Big hit there, Sainz. And it just carries across. For a second, I thought that Rufo was there, but couldn't get her racket on the end of that big smash from the veteran, Sainz. And they've confirmed that break. They've held their service game. Rufo serving 2-love down. Great angle on that, and, well, bit of a miss hit. Bedo. Used to play with Barrera Aceras, who we saw in action earlier today. Barrera playing for LA Beat. So Barrera suffering a really nasty knee injury, out for an entire season. Was on a PPL roster last year, back again this year. It was great to see her playing again here in Miami. Lovely put away, Rufo. Now for those tuning in for the first time, and maybe didn't follow the PPL last season, it was hugely successful. It's a different format from other paddle events that you might see worldwide. Here you get the best players in the world taking part in teams, men's and women's. Now how the system works is men's and women's, the best doubles teams, qualify for the podium day, which will be on the final day of competition, day 4. Deft drop shot, Rufo, delicate, delightful, 40-15. And the points are awarded to the top 9 teams. So even if you're going to lose a game, you need to try and pick up a set. If you can't win a set, win as many games as possible, because every single point counts towards the end of season finale, which will be in New York. Oh, that was unfortunate. The first shot was remarkable. Great reflexes, Lucia. But Rufo and Barrera hold on to their service game. Still a breakdown in this second set, 2-1. Verseda will serve when play resumes. Now, just quickly, jot down these dates. If you want to, and you should, follow the PPL season, the 10th to the 13th of July. So that's next month, just under 4 weeks' time. The PPL goes global. It will fly across the pond, the other side of the Atlantic, touching down in Spain. North coast, San Sebastián, beautiful city. One of the best beaches, La Concha, in Spain. Well, that city will be hosting the second PPL event of the year, 10th to the 13th of July. Then a month later, back this side of the Atlantic in Mexico, Guadalajara. So 2 new venues for the PPL this season. 14th, 17th of August. Then at the end of the month, 30th of August, will end on the 1st of September, there is a PPL All-Star Festival at the Hamptons. Then October, the big event, the season finale, the PPL Cities Cup in New York. Last year's final was a huge success. Incredible event, won by the Flow Rider Goats. Six, 4, 2-1. Sainz and Verseda leading. Sainz just giving the atrás call. Atrás means the players are back deep. And the shout there from Barrera. Muchísimo forward. It's always important to know where they are, because a lot of the times you're not looking at your opponents. You're tracking back. Tough one to dig out there for Barrera. You're tracking back, you're running towards the glass. If you're on the backhand side, your vision isn't quite the same as if you're hitting a stroke on the forehand. And you're lacking not court awareness, but where your opponents are. When that happens, you need your partner to inform you. Are they forward? Are they back? Are they very close to the net or deep? Or does one come forward? Are they split? And that way you kind of choose your shot on the back of the message you hear from your doubles partner. So you imagine there's an imaginary string. And that's how you need to play the game. So if you're starting off, you've not played before, you're at a decent level, communication is key. and also positive communication. I know it can be frustrating when you're playing with somebody who's having an off day. You know, positive words, you know, be good to your doubles partner because it benefits the team. And we've seen that here, how some players have had a rough spell, lost 2 or 3 points in a row, and then they turn things around, and we saw that on the opening day of competition in the women's doubles, where Guinart and Iglesias were excellent. They played so well in that first set, but in the end they actually lost to a very good Jessica Castillo and Virginia Herrera, who came back from 6-4 down to win 6-2 and then 10-7 in the super tiebreak. Now, had you watched that first set, you would have thought there was no way back for Castillo and Riera, but they proved otherwise. Brilliant there from Sainz, kissing both glass walls with that spin, just dropped dead. See the slice as he hit the second wall. No way back for Rufo. Ah, that was there for the taking. It was the right shot, right idea, but just couldn't scoop it over the net. Bedo. That was a big point. Could have been, maybe should have been. Love 40, but it's 15-30. That serve down the middle. Bedo leaves it for Sainz. That is Sainz at her best. Now watch this shot again. Straight away, Bedo leaves it for Sainz. And yes, you can reach over the other side of the net and play the ball. And you play the ball into the net. That counts the same way as if the ball goes off court, you're racing off court. You can play it into the net on the other side of the court. So, 6-4, 4-1, looking very good indeed for those two players. I have to get my hand on one of those tracksuit tops. Now, I was telling Paul Gibling that I was a big fan of the new look Atlantic kit, that green. I'm a huge fan, but I'm a massive fan of that tracksuit top. Now,
yeah, I've always preferred River Plate, to be honest. Because Maradona played for Boca, and you know I'm English and support Athletic Bilbao, so he's not exactly my favourite player.
Well, I mean, this second set has flown by. We're just seeing them, they're very solid. They've not made, Paul, hardly any mistakes, no unforced errors, really. And Lucia Sainz seems to have, it's like those veteran midfielders, you know, world-class players, that always seem to have an extra 30 seconds.
A little bit more time.
Because they know where they need to be, and they're prepared way before other players. I mean, it's a joy to watch. And it's Lucia now to serve.
Just gives it a little bit too much. Good angle though. Well worked.
Has been serving very well, Lucia Sainz, after that opening set where it was difficult to hang on to your serve.
Pardon me.
I wasn't trying to make you laugh there, Paul.
I wasn't laughing, to be honest. It was just a choking moment of an intake of breath that went down the wrong way. No, the first set was strange. It was really all over the place in terms of serve.
Wayward, that from Sainz.
And as soon as we say this one where the save's going the right way.
Yes, it normally happens. I mean, how many times we've had that commentator's curse? Sometimes I'm thinking, don't say it, don't say it. And I say it, and then the opposite happens.
Serve that one right tight against the side of the court. Frustration
that was,
there.
yeah, that was, because it wasn't really a tough shot. It was a good angle, but just lacking an inch.
You can just hear them talking all the time, can't you, Vero?
Boy, that's really tough. Better having to get down so low. Just so you can get her racket under the ball. Been impressed by Vero.
Yeah.
She flew out here with her partner, hoping to enjoy some of the sights of this wonderful city here in Florida. Oh, that was...
Was that long?
That was a big winner. That was just...
It was in. I thought for a second it was
just
long.
bounced just before there.
Yeah.
Before the glass. And hit. I mean, it was a flat smash. Tracks back. Great.
Well played.
Contra pared. Using that back glass. Very strategic shot using that back glass. He's defensive.
Ooh,
again.
In again. I'm not sure that
And
was.
that was just out there from Bedo. But Lucia's got the gift of just everything seems to land just in, and it's not luck.
It's years and years of play and years of practice.
What they say in Spanish, the translation is where they put their eye, they put the ball. And that's what Lucia has. It's what you get from the vast majority of veteran players. We saw that from the Arieta twins, from Kata. We're going to see it later from Pati Yaguno. They read the game so well. Fake smash, but too powerful.
Just a bit too much on it, yeah.
Too much on it. That's
well
brilliant.
Really well played. Powerful forehand volley. And
tucked into that corner.
Yeah.
And it's quite difficult because you're never too sure if it's going to hit the back or the side and the back. And they're looking, and by the time she reacted, it had gone past. Really good, really good. Vero's playing extremely well.
Well,
extremely well.
They both are.
In that prediction league, did you also pick Sainz and Vero?
I believe I did. Though it was such a long time ago, my memory fails me. Lovely shot again from Vero on the backhand.
Again down the middle. Look at that. No pace needed. That wasn't a bad attempt. Because Sainz wasn't close enough to the net to play the volley.
You know, sometimes you have point or games that you just know are decisive. And I get that little feeling that last game, when they were love 30, Rufo and Barrera with a chance to break back, and then losing it, just means that tends to mean that sometimes they just carry on the momentum, Lucia and Vero.
Very often.
Although not with that shot.
There you go. But very often you get like a key point, and it can change the course of the game, a moment during the game, a rally, a net call. That one-handed backhand. And it's not easy switching from tennis to paddle. Yes, it's a racket sport, there's a ball, the points are the same, there's a net in the middle, but it is a completely different game, different shots, different style of play. A lot of shots that work in tennis don't work in paddle.
3 match points. Yeah, and
Sigue, and she did.
Carry on. Really good aggressive play again by Vera Verseda. And tell you what, that's a lot faster, that game, than I was expecting.
We expected a tighter match, but I think a lot of credit goes to Lucia and Vera, because we have seen in some doubles games, I'm not saying they take the foot off the gas in the second set, but when you've won the first set, sometimes, it's 2-2, 3-3 in that second set.
Yeah.
But they honestly, they went for blood. They thought, we're doing really well, let's carry the momentum to the second set.
You're playing again tomorrow, aren't you? Let's just get it out of the way as
definitely.
And I just think this, quite often we've seen in recent years, our youth has started to triumph over experience in paddle.
And some of the players are getting younger and younger.
Exactly. But today we saw experience really. I mean, we're not saying that they're old or anything. Vero's not old, but being diplomatic, I think the experience really counted.
They've got more air miles, definitely. They've played more tournaments, they've played more games at a higher level. But we've also seen, Andrea Ostero earlier today. Of course, she was playing with Ari, but definitely top 10. And you're looking at some of the younger players who every single young player, men and women, has all, at some point, played with veterans.
Yep.
With your Lampertis, with your Limas.
Was it John Santh who started? Did he play a while with Lamperti?
I would take probably 10 minutes to list all the players Lamperti's played with. I might do that later.
Anyhow, time for our post-match interview. Arantxa and Javi.
Another tough match, but with a lot of emotions. Congratulations, Stingrays, and we want to hear your words.
Bueno, pues enhorabuena para las chicas de San Diego, Vero Verseda, Lucia, Sainz. Enhorabuena, chicas. Vero, cambiando de equipo, el año pasado Cancún, ahora San Diego jugando con Lucia. Bueno, sensaciones en este primer partido aquí en tu nuevo equipo.
Congratulations. I know you changed team, but please tell us about your feelings about this new partner and how you felt with her.
Pues la verdad es que me he sentido muy cómoda con Lu. Es nuestro primer partido, no hemos entrenado nada antes. Nada en cuanto a partidos, sí que hemos entrenado algunas jugadas tácticas y eso, pero la verdad que muy bien.
How challenging, because this is her first game with Lu, so they have been training, but for a short time.
Bueno, y Lucía, que tú ya estabas el año pasado en San Diego, este año te toca como nueva compañera. ¿Cómo te sientes viniendo otra vez aquí a Miami, volviendo a jugar para los San Diego Stingrays y consiguiendo la victoria? Enhorabuena.
How do you feel in Miami, because you come back and then you get your first win?
Bueno, la verdad es que estoy muy contenta. Como bien sabéis, pues adoro Estados Unidos y sobre todo la parte de California, con lo cual jugar para San Diego pues es un auténtico placer.
So she loves the United States and then California, and she's playing for them, so it's a pleasure.
Pues enhorabuena para Vero Verseda y para Lucía Sainz, que consiguen la victoria. Que no se mueva nadie porque viene el partido de chicos entre estos dos mismos equipos. Un aplauso para ellas.